Welcome to the Rugby League Outsiders prediction video. This is the only prediction video on the internet that counts, in our opinion. My name's Craig.
And my name's Karl.
Some real interesting results from last week and a really interesting round of Rugby League.
Yeah, definitely a really interesting round. If you were placing bets, I don't think many people had beat the bookies last weekend, especially with Hull FC knocking Wigan over. Yeah.
What about Cass though? Cass absolutely smashed up the Catalans as well.
Yeah, they're on a massive resurgence, aren't they? They've won the last three, so Cass are flying high again. It's good to see, actually. The feel-good factor is back at the jungle. And Warrington and Saints was a great game. A lot of talking points. I'm sure we'll get into that once we start delving into this week's fixtures.
Yeah, so we are going to get straight into it. So the first game we've got is the Thursday night game. We love a Thursday night game. This was 8 o'clock. It's Huddersfield Giants versus the mighty Leeds Rhinos.
Leeds, what do you say about them? They were the usual selves, weren't they? Yeah, vast improvement. You could see new head coach come in, shook them up a little bit. There was definitely a lot more fight in that Leeds team than we've seen in weeks gone by. But they did fall away at the end. They didn't quite have the stamina. I don't know if it's the fitness levels. Concentration levels were way off in the second half, I thought.
Yeah, I think throughout the match. I mean, Fusatura, I don't know. I've never seen anyone drop a ball, knee a ball, and at the same time. That was a certain try. And Brodie Croft, what he was thinking in the dying minutes of the match.
Well, yeah,
it was obviously setting up a play, but just completely.
Keep your eye on the ball is always number one rule, isn't it? Yeah,
he completely forgot that he was at the play of the ball, and So anyway, I thought there was a marked improvement. Anyway, they're playing the Giants this week.
Not a lot of team news out at the minute because we're recording this quite early. One thing I would say, Sam Halsall did have a cracking game this week. Made 189 metres. Without doubt, made the team of the week, Super League team of the week this week. He also scored, so he's having a great game. Giants are improving. Good win against Salford. Salford, yeah. Well, we'll go on to Salford in a bit. But yeah, Giants are, good win for them, I thought.
So what's your prediction for this game then? So is it going to be a Huddersfield win at home or is it going to be a Leeds win?
I think Leeds are probably going to improve again this weekend. And I think they'll beat Huddersfield. Yeah,
I'm the same. I think Brad Arthur's going to come in with a lot of structure to what has been an unstructured Leeds Rhinos this season, and also I get the impression he's given something to play for, which I think Leeds have been missing, for quite a while. So I think they're going to win. I think it's going to be a comprehensive win over Huddersfield, despite the fact that it's at home. And I'm also interested, this is a little side note, but I'm also interested to see what the crowd's going to be like, because Leeds has the second biggest average crowd in Super League this year. Huddersfield, apart from London, they're pretty much at the bottom there. So I think Leeds could take a big contingent. I think that'll have a massive part in the game as well.
We'll see. Leeds don't always travel that well. No, it is only Huddersfield though, so that's interesting one to keep an eye on. That is, I think.
Okay, so we're both in agreement that Thursday night game, like I said, 8 o'clock. Moving on to the Friday, 3 games again on the Friday night. So we're going to go through the games, Karl, and then you can tell me which one you're going to be watching on Friday night. So
right, okay.
First one, 8 o'clock, Hull KR versus London.
Yeah, I would expect to see another strong Hull KR side. I don't think London are going to come anywhere near picking up a victory at Hull.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. So we can be quite quick on this one. I think it'll be a Hull KR, comprehensive Hull KR win.
Yeah, just a quick one. Did you see Mikey Lewis, a bit of a top shithousery this weekend?
No, what? Oh, with the Leeds fans?
Yeah, he was winding the Leeds fans up after he scored. Great try, by the way. But yeah, it always makes me laugh. When you see someone, I was shushing the Leeds fans as he ran back.
Do you think Mikey Lewis is going to be like a one-club man? Or do you think he's going to have to go and play
he's not,
some of these teams where he's just been a shithouse
recently? I think he's good. Yeah, you good call, actually. Yeah. He's probably going to have to stay at Ulker for a decent while. Cause he just loves winding the other opposing fans up. He definitely won't ever be able to play at Hull FC. You always get stuck into them. Yeah, good point. But it's part of his character, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's nothing too over the top. He's a bit of a wind-up merchant.
Well, and backs it up.
Yeah, he does back it up.
Backs it up. So you can only do that kind of stuff if you are scoring tries and kicking goals. So fair play, Michael Lewis.
Well, yeah, he turned it around, didn't he? They turned the game around the other week with the try against Leeds. It just sort of slipped out of nowhere. Kicked a cracking 40-20 that put him in a really good position. So, yeah, I know we talk about Michael Lewis a lot, but he's having a superb season.
Yeah, okay. So your predictions then, moving on. 8 o'clock, Lee versus Saints.
This is really interesting, wasn't it? We talked in our previous show about all the pressure that's been put on, well, from certain pockets of the St Helens fans that's been put on Paul Wellens. I think it's totally uncalled for. I think Saints have got such a mounting injury list that, take players out of that Saints, put players back in that Saints team, and they will start flying later on in the season. I don't think it's right that they're giving him so much stick.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. We had this talking point in our news show, which, by the way, if you haven't seen yet, then check it out on the channel. Every week we do a live, or we do a news show where we pick out 6 interesting stories, and one of them this week was, the idea of calling for Wellens to be booted out of his job, so we dive into that. If you're a Saints fan or whatever, check it out, because I'd like to get your view on it as well.
It's also just talking about coaching. We St Helens, I know it's not going to help him this week, but Lee Breers is reported to be back at St Helens. Well, not back. He's going to be at St Helens next year, sort of all over the press. I don't think it's any secret anymore. That. So yeah, that'd be a bit of good news for them. Saints, so they have lost four games in a row, and that's the first time they've lost 4 games in a row since, I don't know, it was years ago since they went on the sort of championship winning run. So it is a little bit of a worry for them, but I still think they'll come good towards the end of the season.
Your prediction for this match?
Do you know what? I'm going to go Lee.
Oh yeah,
yeah. No, I think. Although there's a bit of adversity around Lee at the minute, Lachlan Lamb's all over the headlines, isn't he? Where's he going? Is he going to Hull FC? Is he not? But he's still producing the goods on the field for Lee. And a lot of the team revolves around him. When he's having a good game, the team's firing. He got man of match again at the weekend. I think the misery could pile up a little bit more for St Helens. I have a feeling Lee will get the job done.
Well, we're split here. I'm going to go for a Saints win. So that'll be an interesting one.
Right, okay.
Moving on then, also 8 o'clock, Wigan versus Warrington. Massive game.
Biggest game of the week, this, isn't it? If you were Warrington, though, one thing you wouldn't want to do is play a Wigan side that's just lost to Hull FC.
Yeah, you're right.
I saw
at Wigan as well.
Yeah, at Wigan. Look, Warrington played really well at the weekend. They built up this. I don't know what I would say. It's a bit of resilience, haven't they? When the back's against the wall, they've started to find a way to win. This is something that Warrington would never have done a couple of years ago. 2 players off against Saints, down to 11 men at the point in the game. Stephen Ratchford got his face smashed to pieces.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, battered.
Yeah, terrible injury. And they seem to rally around. Well, I saw the press conference with Sam, actually. He did say, the team rallied around. One of the lads had been, they really rallied around him and wanted to get the win for him. So, yeah, it's a real difficult one to call this. Matt Pete, on the other hand, basically said, worst performance of the season. We started poorly, both in attack and defence, and they just underestimated Hull FC. Went on the field thinking it was going to be an easy game. And 20 minutes in, they're on the back end of a big scoreline. So had to play catch up. Played a lot better in the second half, but it was too little, too late.
Yeah, I thought it was a real nice touch from Sky TV to have Sam Burgess mic'd up as well during the game.
Oh, yes.
I wish I could have understood him a bit more than I actually could, because I don't know, sometimes he's talking like he's got a slack handful of change in his mouth. But but it was interesting. The connection he's got with his players is obvious to hear. You know what I mean? The things he was saying, take it home for me, Powley, and it was just really interesting. I love those little insights. And Sky, if you're watching, I fucking doubt you are, but if you are watching, then more of that kind of thing, please.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. Who was the player that got sin-binned?
It was Harrison won it. No, you got red. Yeah, you got red.
No, he got
you
red.
Got red card.
Yeah, he got a red. I can't remember. I remember he like when he was about to go back on though after his sin bin, and he said, love you,
Oh,
bro.
Matt Nicholson. It was Nicholson. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, I love you, bro. He said, just go out there and
Yeah.
It was a really insightful bit of info. Yeah.
Well, it didn't say anything. You didn't say, right, okay, nothing like strategic, I want you to do this, I want you to get under the ball, kicking him down here. But what he did do is just lifted that player with the tone and the things that he was saying. It was, and this is the thing which I don't think you can always teach. It's like, it's those man management skills that I think Sam has made a massive difference to why with this year. So that was great. Anyway, so
we got I have got a bit of team news on Warrington. James Harrison, then he's 2-game ban for the red card.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out, and they've still got injuries to Toby King hamstring, Josh Thewlis shoulder, Connor Wrench ACL. So they're still missing quite a few players from that back line. And for that reason, and the fact that Wigan lost at the weekend, I think Wigan will win this one.
I'm torn.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I am torn, but I'm also going to go for a Wigan win. But I wouldn't be surprised if Warrington did, if it was a golden point win or whatever. But I think it's going to be close. But I'm going to tip Wigan to win this week. Right, I'm going to move on to the Saturday then.
Game of the round, though, isn't it? That.
Oh, 100% game of the round.
That's the game I'll be watching.
Yeah, likewise. I'll probably get up early doors and watch Hull KR London and then Leeds Saints on Saturday morning. Right, okay, moving on then to the Saturday. 3 o'clock kick-off. You got Salford versus Castleford.
So Salford went on a great run. They won 4, then they've lost the last 2, and they didn't look at the races in the last 2 games. For that reason, I think Cass are going to sneak a win this week away. Cass have won the last 3 games. Tex Hoy was absolutely brilliant at the weekend.
One of the signings of the season.
Yeah, he was just on fire. Catalan couldn't handle him. Miller is, again, I said it the week before, he's playing really well. He's just organising, and he started backing up again like he used to do. If any half breaks, he's there, following through the line. So I think. Yeah, I'm going early. Castleford will win this one.
You can clip this if you want as well, but I think Miller is a better player now he's had his hair cut. And I definitely prefer the hair he's got now. I have long hair. It was weird. It was weird watching him play with long hair. So anyway,
Captain Jack Sparrow he looked like, didn't
he? He did. Okay, so I'm going to go Cass win as well. Stick to the old West Yorkshire team. I'm going to go Cass win as well. Okay, the final game then of this round 19 of the Betfred Super League, 6 o'clock kickoff, which is a strange one, isn't it? We don't get many 6 o'clock kickoffs.
Do in France.
Catalan versus Hull FC.
The biggest signing news of 2024.
We called it as well.
Yeah, Sam Burgess. We spoke about it in our previous show. Massive signing for Catalan. I've just been reading actually as well. It was
reading.
Yeah, reading.
I didn't know you could read.
Get out of town, man. You'd knocked me off my pace.
I know, exactly. That's because you've only got one brain.
Right. Steve McNamara actually requested for Sam to come back. That's how all this came about.
Right, okay. That would have been an interesting conversation, wouldn't it? Like,
well, by all accounts, it didn't last very long. He basically put half an idea to Sam. He said, "Do you want to come back?" And he jumped at it straight away.
This is why we said he'll be back later in the year, because I remember when he retired, he basically said, "Look, whatever I need to do for Catalan, I'll do it. Blah blah blah. But for now, I just need." And that's when I thought he'll come out of retirement for this team.
Yeah, I'm going to throw something over to you here.
Come on.
Do you think in years to come, Sam Tompkins is going to be remembered for being a Wigan player or a Catalan player?
That is an amazing Williams Weekly talking point. I don't know. I mean, some players straddle more than one club, though, don't they? And he's definitely done that. How long's he spent at Catalan? Do you know?
I don't know. It's been a fair few years, though, now. He's been there a while.
Yeah, plus the time down in Oz. Don't know.
Yeah, like if you think back now when he played for Wigan, it seems like an age away.
Oh, he was definitely an age away, but he was an iconic player there.
He obviously had his best years at Wigan when he was injury free, and I think if he has a good stint here with Catalan, I think he's going to be remembered as a Dragons player.
Mad. What other players can you think of that have straddled? I've got one in mind that straddled more than one team and has been iconic in both teams.
Jamie Peacock.
That's exactly the one. Do you know that's what I was thinking of?
No, I was just the one that sprung to mind because it was a bit hard when he left Bradford. He was a Bradford legend, and
not only that, but he was Great Britain captain.
Yeah,
and he went. Kevin Sinfield was a captain at Leeds. It was just a weird setup. Went on to be an absolute legend at both clubs.
Yeah, and there's not many players that can do that like that, is there?
Well, I mean, he did say that his best club was Leeds.
No, he didn't. Right, you can't just make stuff up.
Why can't?
Yeah, well, we've done it before, I suppose.
The freaking media have been making stuff up for bloody decades. Right, hang on.
A source close to...
close to Jamie Peacock. Right,
where we're going with this,
so we need to be
right off the
Catalan, Hull FC.
I think Catalan will win. Although Hull were, hugely improved. Jack Walker, best game of the year by a mile. It's really good to see him back top flight playing well, actually. I think Super League's missed him because he was, quality player, wasn't it, a few years back.
Yeah.
Suffered loads of injury. He was on fire this week. So, I'd expect another big game from Jack Walker, but I'm saying that Catalan will win this week. Yeah,
and I agree, Catalan. So, just to recap then...
just another one.
Oh.
We were talking about Tompkins, and I didn't get into half at detail. Where do you think he's going to play?
Fullback.
Dear.
Yeah, I can't see...
No, I think he'll play at 6.
Dear. So why? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think Jordan Abdul is, if this were me, I think he's so unfit.
Really?
And I don't think he's offering much to Catalan at the minute.
He's kicking strong, but then Tompkins can kick amazing as well.
That's my point. He's got a brilliant kicking game, but he don't look fit.
That's not the aspect of the game that I think Catalan are short. I don't think they're falling short at. I think they're falling short on those like breakdown of play where there is a half opportunity and they're missing that player to steal that half opportunity, and that's where I see Sam Tompkins coming in. I see him playing in the fullback role.
Morg's playing well though.
Yeah, well, he might be, but I think there might be other places on the team for him, but I don't know.
Watch his space.
Yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting that. Anyway, we've got the press conference tomorrow, so we'll hopefully find out. Right, just to recap then. So Giants versus Leeds. You're going Giants. I'm going Leeds. Hull KR London. Both said Hull KR. You've said Lee. I've said Saints. Is that correct? You definitely said Lee.
Yeah, definitely said Lee.
We both said Wigan.
Yep.
Although I said Wire was a possibility. And then you've gone Salford, I've gone Cass.
No, I went Cass, didn't I?
All right, both went Cass.
We both went Cass.
Right, okay. So we both went Cass. Right. If you haven't checked out our news show and the other clips that we do, please do check them out. Remember to subscribe and leave your comments below. One, I want to hear what your points of view are and what your predictions are. But secondly, subscribing is the best way to let us know that what we're producing is the kind of thing you want to be watching and listening to. So, Karl, as always, give you the final word. Anything to finish up on?
No, just keep following us if you're enjoying what we're doing. We've surpassed 150,000 views now on YouTube, which is incredible. So thank you to everybody that continues to watch this show.
Until next week, take care.